Hi, in this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the HP MC-425 Smart Projector. Some information is already printed on the box. First, we find a paper pouch, then a smaller box, and underneath that is the projector itself, along with another box. The packaging is simple and practical. Inside the package, we get a bunch of unnecessary paperwork. Even more paperwork, and a short grounded power cable. The remote control is a simple unit commonly supplied with Chinese projectors. Batteries are not included. It's usable, but in this price category, I would have expected something better. The navigation buttons are located in the center. The power button is at the top, while the volume controls and shortcut buttons are at the bottom. Above those are the manual zoom buttons. The other box contains the USB-C power adapter. I removed the cable tie, and I'll be using a longer power cable instead. The adapter's build quality is acceptable, and the USB-C cable is excellent. The specifications are shown here. Inside the envelope, we also find a cleaning swab and a cleaning cloth. The projector itself is lightweight and well assembled. It's easy to rotate on its stand. On the bottom, there's a non-slip surface and a tripod mounting thread. The hinge joints hold their position well. On the left side, there's a speaker. The right side is empty. On the bottom, we find an information label and an air intake filter, which is a major plus. The hot air is exhausted from the rear. On the front, next to the lens, there's a distance sensing camera and an infrared sensor. On the back, we have the power button, an HDMI port, an audio output, a USB port for external storage devices, an infrared receiver, and the USB-C power input. The projector remains stable in every position. It works perfectly with the included power adapter, but I'm curious whether it also works with these adapters. In theory, it requires 20 volts at 3.25 amps or 65 watts. Let's test it. It also works with the Anker 45-watt power bank. Even in high brightness mode. Although I would definitely use eco mode when running from a battery. The Xiaomi 65-watt GAN charger also works perfectly. However, the 33-watt nano power adapter does not work. And it cannot even provide a 20-volt output. Now let's test it with a standard Apple cable. It works perfectly. However, the Xiaomi 50-watt power bank proved insufficient. According to my measurements, the projector never consumed more than 56 watts under any circumstances, which indicates very good energy efficiency. Here you can see the startup process. The device runs Android 14 on a quad-core processor, accompanied by 1 GB of RAM and 16 GB of storage. This is still usable for everyday tasks, but it occasionally results in a somewhat laggy user experience. The autofocus activates immediately. It also features real-time keystone correction, followed by automatic refocusing. This works remarkably well. It can even detect changes in projection distance. The maximum image size is 120 inches. The operating system is extremely simple. You can switch inputs, mirror your phone wirelessly, and the projector supports both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It also offers several projection modes. Here you can see the difference between the two previously mentioned brightness modes. Manual keystone correction is also available. There are a few pre-installed applications. And we were able to download some additional ones. However, the selection is very limited. For some reason, Google Chrome does not work for me. Overall, the autofocus performs well in every situation. However, due to lens distortion, the image is extremely sharp in the center, while the outer edges become slightly distorted. For content consumption, the projected image quality is perfectly acceptable. However, I definitely would not recommend it for office work or productivity tasks. Thanks to its reasonably low input latency, it can even be suitable for gaming. Here you can see the difference between the standard, cinema, and vivid picture modes. Although manual adjustments are also available. Personally, I think the standard mode looks the best. Shutdown is quick. And now, a short speaker test follows. I hope you enjoyed this review. See you next time!